At a crowded comedy club, a comic performs on a stage against a brick wall. The comic smiles, then hands the microphone to the next comedian taking the stage, a young man with a short-sleeved button-down shirt and a tie. Words appear, starring Tim Miller, Casey Chapman, and Alexa Hansen. Two young women enter the club, a woman with straight blonde hair and a woman with curly black hair and red lipstick. The comedian on stage watches them sit down in the back row. He furrows his brow. The blonde woman wraps her arm around the other's shoulder. They smile as they watch the comedian perform. The comic continues his set, keeping an eye on the women. He introduces the blonde woman as the next comedian. She leaps up to the stage. She accepts the microphone and shakes his hand. She begins her set. The male comic sneaks around to the back of the audience. He stands behind the woman with black hair. He removes his tie. He strangles her from behind. The woman gasps. She grabs the tie with both hands. The blonde comic on the stage mouths the words, "Oh my God." The woman with black hair collapses in her seat. The male comic walks away with his tie. The blonde comic stares daggers at him. In a flashback, the two women smile as they sit together in the audience. Back in the present, the female comic slowly draws a wickedly curved blade from her purse. She brings down the blade on the male comic. The woman with black hair remains motionless in the back row. The crowd screams and stares. They cover their mouths. One man films on his cell phone. Blackout. Credits roll. Killing It 2. Writing and directed by Tim Miller. Edited by Gavin Workman and Tim Miller. Cinematography by Gavin Workman. Sound design by John Howard. Captions by Travis Hoffman. Audio description by Hudson James Terrio. Starring Tim Miller, Casey Chapman, Alexa Hansen, Maddie Howland. Audience played by Thomas McClure, Ashley Ananda, Jordan Demander. Produced by Base Productions, Summit ILC, The Roxy Theater, the Montana Film Festival, Camp Horror Film Festival, MCAT, Missoula's Community Media Resource. Special thanks to John D. Niles. In the comedy club, one audience member speaks to another.
We should get out of here? Should we get out of here? Oh!